Good evening, everybody. Hello, 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 everybody. How you doing? My mother just called me. It's turning 9 o'clock exactly. My phone says 9 o'clock. It starts ringing. She's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm about to go live." Well, no, she says it's 9 o'clock. You're supposed to be live. Yes, Mom. I was about to hit the live button. Hey, Janet, how are you? I'll give everybody a minute to come in here. That's going to be coming in. Hi, Glenda. But I looked to see. Oh, here comes this darn cat. No, I swear every single person that would possibly come in here, everybody's live tonight. Everybody. Hey, Rose Petal, how you doing, sweetheart? How you guys doing? So I have a question. Have you guys see like I literally posted like a couple things, but did anybody see the community board? Hey, monkey ass, how are you? The reason why I'm asking is because I noticed that I really don't see anybody's community board. They're like, oh, do you see such and such on somebody's community board? I'm like, I don't really see any community board. So I'm like, does anybody even see mine? I mean, I literally just got it. We'll just use it a couple times. I've had it for a few weeks, but how is everybody doing? So tonight we're going to be talking about the Jersey Devil. I found tons of information. There's no way that I can go for everything that I seen, heard, saw, read, because it would be many hours long, and then it would just be by then. So I got the main points of it. I found that will I'll show you later. The house that supposedly he was born in the 1700s, the Jersey Devil, and a video of a sighting that somebody claimed that they took a picture of in 2015. Hey, Akuna Matata. Hey, Monkey Ass. Hey, Rose Petal. Hey, Janet. Hey, Mama Dearest, Glenda, Rhonda. And I think that's it. If I missed anybody, sorry. How are you doing? Oh, hey, Kumquat. How are you doing, sweetheart? You know what, Kumquat? I was lonely for days because you were going live every day, okay? So I even rang the bell. But when I clicked to see who's live, I knew you guys were live, but I could not find your channel. It was really irritating, and I was bored for quite a few nights. But then I realized if I hit subscriptions and find all my subscribers, you can see everybody's live at the time. It's really a pain in my butt, but I'll have to remember that for next time. Because I thought if I just hit the live button, it just show people that's live, but nope, you weren't coming up. Even though I even rang that bell, I even double checked to make sure I rang that bell, and I did. So yeah, I got a couple cool things to show you about the Jersey Devil and how the legend continues. And then we could discuss if you guys think it's fact or fiction. If you think it could possibly be something that's real. I'll give you my opinions when we get going. My mother and I it was yesterday, day before, I don't really remember. My mother's not here tonight. Usually she comes and joins me, but my grandchildren downstairs have COVID, and now my daughter has it. And she, after the live yesterday, last night, she ended up taking a test, and sure enough, yep, she has it. So far, me, knock on wood, my husband and I are good, but we're gonna go buy tests tomorrow so we can test ourselves. Yeah, hopefully they stay okay. My granddaughter had it first, but she was, I don't know, she acted like Amy. Amy has it. Rhonda was asking which daughter has it. So my daughter downstairs, she does not have it, but her boyfriend has it and her two children have it. And I know the 2-year-old and her boyfriend started off with throwing up and stuff and sleeping for like 24 hours straight. That's how their symptoms started. So I'm telling, no, it's probably just a bug, you know, probably just a bug. But I guess it wasn't just a bug, huh? Yes, please. I'm so paranoid about getting it. My thing is getting to the point I feel like if I can't breathe or something, you know, that's my fear. So how y'all doing? So it's going to take me a moment to probably remember how to put up videos again on here, but I think I have them all lined up of the ones that I want to show because there's a couple of different ones. Like one with the person's house, one with the video that somebody said they, um, took a picture of them of the Jersey Devil, one about some of the history, and I have some to read. I was starting to say my mother and I were looking it up. We both ended up reading the same thing. I was like, you know what, just send that to me. So I'll read some of that. It tells a little bit of the history, and then we have a couple clips that we can watch and then discuss. There's a lot more information than I thought, and he was even older, around a lot longer than I thought. Also, yeah. See, well, I got asthma and the beginning stages of COPD, which I don't know beginning stages means. And I have sleep apnea, and I don't have a machine, so that's why it's a little bit of fear of mine. Yes, I did, Rhonda, and I laughed, and I didn't have a chance to write back because I was like, "Yes, I'm sure you did." I'm not surprised. Hey, Nikita, how are you doing, sweetie? Oh my gosh, it's hot as hell in here. So I'm a lot lower than usual because I decided to sit in the computer chair again. And I tried recording videos to put up some tarot videos and some oracle videos to put up, and I didn't realize because I have my glasses on, so I was doing it from my computer, and I realized they were all hazy and they were like crap, so I couldn't. The quality was so bad I can't even post it. So like I wasted my time doing those damn videos, and the quality is horrible, so I can't post any of them. I got to delete them. Oh, you're also claustrophobic. Yeah. I use my inhaler a lot at night, actually, to make sure the airways are nice and clear. My doctor knows, I told him. And I was supposed to go get a testing done, um, with COVID, but ended up getting canceled, and I never made another appointment. To get fitted. Well, it's been a while, and he said, I guarantee that you need oxygen this time, but who knows? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But I'm going to turn on the AC real quick because it's hot in here. It's been cool here the past couple days and raining, and the humidity is starting to come in the house now, so I can tell it's going to warm up. By this weekend, it's supposed to be muggy and horrible, and I cannot stand humidity. I cannot stand it. I'll be right in front of the AC. Well, it's not like I can go anywhere anyways. My husband and I are both here. Neither one of us can work right now. Use inhaler, then smoke a cigarette. Rhonda, you've seen me do it. You know what's funny though? I don't know. The doctor says probably because my body's used to it, but I've never had trouble breathing while I'm smoking a cigarette. But if fire, like I love fire, I love having a fire. If that smoke gets in my face, sometimes I'll end up having trouble breathing. Sometimes, not all the time. Oh yeah, I can't stand humidity. It literally takes the breath away. Same thing with extreme cold. Extreme cold will do the same thing. But sometimes Oh, I don't want to tell you. Like you guys are like, oh my God, that's scary. But sometimes I can't. I have trouble breathing at night, and I wake up gagging because I can't get any air in. Um, Actually, I have some acid reflux, and acid reflux, if it gets in my throat just right, will throw me right into an asthma attack. Well, if you have acid reflux when you're sleeping, imagine sleeping and having that happen, and you wake up not being able to breathe. Let me tell you, that is the scariest thing ever to happen. It's happened quite often through the years. But anyways, I always, if it's cool out, I always run to the front door, so because the air is thinner and it helps you get the air in better. All right, hold on. Let me turn on this AC. Now that I told you all too much about myself. Oh, I can't plug in the AC because I plugged in the laptop. That's okay. I'll sweat it out with you guys. Yeah, see, look at, there's only 9 people there. I looked just before I came on here. I'm like, I wonder who's live. Everybody I know is live. Every single person. I was like, son of a gun. Figured, Wednesday night will be good, It's not the weekend. It's not the beginning of the week when I got to catch up what happened on the weekend. But nope, everybody's live. That's okay. I'll probably just make it a quick live then if there's not as many people. Hey, Debbie says, what? How you doing, sweetheart? Oh, I miss you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Tonight we're going to talk about the Jersey Devil. I was just saying that every single person I can think of is live right now. I checked just before it came out. I'm like, every person I know is live. Every single one. That's okay. It just means probably won't be as much of a live as long. Who knows? It's me talking. It could still be forever. Oh, wait, that's right. Somebody the other day, I'm checking on here, and the reason is because, for one, I don't always see, like I tell you guys all the time, I miss some of the chat. Well, right here, right next to me on the screen here for StreamYard, sometimes it doesn't show up people right away. So somebody afterwards asked me if they're blocked because they said hi to me and they're trying to talk to me. And I was saying hi to everybody else, but I didn't respond to them. And come to find out, no, they weren't blocked. But it was just before I'd put the comments on my tablet. So I'm like, oh, I know damn well it was StreamYard. I still miss half the comments anyways. And then, so I went to go check on my block list because I know the darn cat kept clicking on it. I kept stopping her for almost timing out people and stuff. And I found Baby Shark on the block list. I'm like, that damn cat. She's blocked so many people. She's literally laying right behind the laptop. Literally right there. I posted it in the group for you. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. I think you can copy and paste the link. I don't know if you can from your phone, and let people know. Also, if you guys want to know, if you remember my name or if you're trying to tell somebody, so my business name, so I just carried it on to my YouTube channel, but is Iris Rainbow Things. So if you just hashtag in YouTube, hashtag Iris Rainbow Things, it'll bring you right to my page. You just click on me and there, bloop, there you go. Instead of remember like, oh crap, how am I going to find her page? Just hashtag Iris Rainbow Things. So that's a good way to remember. So my point is because I want some more subscribers. So just get the name out there. Tomorrow we'll be doing Oracle. So because I've been doing it later in the evenings instead of in the morning or around noon. Is usually noon Eastern is usually when I do it. So I'm debating if I should do it the normal time I would do if I was working tomorrow, or if I should do it around noon Eastern my time. So if you guys have a suggestion, what time is better for you guys for the Oracle reading, just let me know. And I'll make a post for it afterwards so people can start writing the list early. Noonish. Rhonda knows my noonish. It can be early, which is unusual, or 1-2. I do everything in the last minute. You should see me getting ready for this. Actually, tonight I wasn't. I actually sat here for like 20 minutes. That's how I knew everybody was live, because I went looking. I'm like, oh, I wonder who's on. I'm like, crap. Everybody is. Everybody's on right now. Hi, Rob, my Mexican. He's in the next room. Yeah, somewhere between 11:59 and 1:05. Evening's better for you, Glenda? I was thinking more like dinner time because I notice if I do it at this time, I'm doing it right now. Everybody else is live, and then nobody shows up to the live. Is the problem because everybody goes live at this time. And when I say everybody's live right now, I swear everybody I follow is live at this moment, who are usually in the chat or whatnot. But that's okay. That's okay. I got the cool cats here. Let me see who's in here. I just have to make sure I keep an eye on this. When you guys came in here, did it say, I think it did. Yeah, I think it did. It said they have to subscribe for 5 minutes before they can come in and join in the chat. So while I'm playing the videos and stuff, I will try to read the chat also, which y'all know I ain't that good at, so don't expect miracles. Oh, sugar. I said I was going to get something to try to prop this up, but I forgot. I don't have nothing right here. All right. I don't know. I'll just try to leave it like this. Hopefully I see it all. So if I'm like this, it's because I'm reading comments. Okay. Thank you, Rhonda. Hey, September. How you doing? All right. I'm trying to find a way to prop up this. Oh. I can put this up here. Hold on. I got a little tote bag that I leave in the kitchen because that's to do my tarot readings. So the ones that I want to use every week or make videos with. Oh, crap. It's heavy as hell. And it's filled with a bunch of oracle and stuff in here. See, it's stuffed. All right. So maybe I can post this here so I can somewhat see the comments. I don't have any coffee. Look I had coffee. It's empty. My husband needs to go to the store for me. Right, Rob? I know he hears me. He's going to ignore it. Honey, remember what you said? Happy wife, happy life. My cup is empty. Okay, so anyways. Yeah, I'm funny. I know, I got jokes. All right. So, like I was saying, I got tons of cool stuff about the Jersey Devil. I forgot who requested it, but I know they're on another line. I'm pretty sure the person that said they were gonna. Are they on here? No, I think I saw them in the other live, in another room. Oh, my mom said bring her one too. Yeah, my mother thought about sneaking out of the house to come over. It's probably better she don't. She can't get sick. Ron's like, don't make me text him. Do it. He sees you. He's in here. He's going to ignore the text because he knows you're texting, or he's going to say, blank you, Rhonda. He said, I'm in quarantine, fool. That's true. We're going to have somebody bring us coffee, huh? All right. Let me find who I did the article. I pulled it up a little while ago, so it can't be far. So first, I'm going to read a little bit of history. Of course, you all know I'm blind as a bat, and so I have to have my readers on. Anybody that knows me knows I can't see like this. Blurry, blurry, blurry. I call my over to 40 readers. Everything goes downhill after the 40. DoorDash. Whew. I'm going to pay like $25 for one cup of coffee, right? Call my daughter. So, no, oh wait, I was going to say my daughter does DoorDash, but I can't call her. She lives downstairs. She's on quarantine also. My mother said stay in the car and just put it at my door, no problem. I have cold coffee over here I can make. What I do is if I don't finish the pot that I make later on, I just make an iced coffee. I just add ice to it. I can do that. And I probably will a little bit because I'm thirsty. Or drink water like I should be drinking more of instead of being on a liquid coffee diet. And you wonder why I stay up all night and I'm jittery. It's all the darn coffee I drink. You are? Oh, wait, kumquat. That's right. We talked about this. So I got a picture of, I found one article online that had the house that used to be there, but I couldn't find it. Was on a deck. Hey, Kendra, love, how you doing? So I found an awesome short video yesterday of these guys who explained where the house is and all this good groovy stuff, and then I couldn't find it for today. So I did finding a video of another kid that, well, I say kid, he's probably in his 20s, maybe he was even 30. To me, that's still a kid. So, but anyways, he ended up finding the place. So I found that clips because it does show it also. And it's like 50 feet from the road. It's hidden back, but it's like 50 feet from a road, and it's next to an abandoned cemetery that's in the back too. And I'm not going to show that part in the video, but when they showed the video, guy was like, oh, that's weird having a cemetery out in the middle of nowhere, but that's not uncommon. That wasn't uncommon. For one, where we end up settling and where the old settlements you originally were is usually off the beaten path. So that's why times you'll find cemeteries out in the middle of nowhere or old foundations and stuff. Well, in New England anyways, because I noticed, all right, so New England, doesn't matter where you drive, you look out into the woods where you're driving and you will see old foundations from old houses that at one time was there, and like stone walls like everywhere from old property lines that are now just barren woods. And I was thinking, I lived down south when I was younger for a few years. I'm like, do they have that down south anywhere? Because I don't think they use cellars. Everybody up here uses cellars, and I don't think there's any cellars down south. Where did you guys put all your canning stuff back in the day? Have that right temperature for it. So I'm curious. If anybody wants to know, let me know. Anyhow, so are you going to go to the house? Good. Kumquat, then you can tell us what I'm lacking in information, since you know a lot about it. Oh, see, I don't see anybody named Lucy, but I see you saying hi to Lucy. Hi, Lucy, how are you? That's what I mean. It doesn't show up. Okay, now it says hi, Iris Rainbow. It's not on my StreamYard, but I can see it here. That's what I'm saying. Please don't ever think I purposely don't say hi to everybody. All right. So the Jersey Devil. This is a good article that had a whole bunch of information in it. Without a doubt, Jersey's oldest, most enduring, and important piece of folklore tale is the infamous Jersey Devil. For close to 300 years now, Jerseyans have the tales of this mystical beast that stalks the Pine Barrens and terrorizes local residents. The reoccurring nature of the story begs a few questions. Why have the New Jerseyans embraced this legend so steadfastly? And above all others, is there actually some sort of creatures roaming the Pine Barrens of South New Jersey? And if so, what in God's name is it? I don't know. Can you see the little picture that's on here? So the legend has it that in 1735, that's what surprised me. I was quite surprised that was that old. In 1735, the Pines resident known as Mother Leeds found herself pregnant for the 13th time. Now, I think that the road that the Barrens, the houses in the Barrens is on, I think it's called Leet Road, actually, because it was from the family. The Leets is the name of one of New Jersey's earliest settlers, and many descendants of the Leets family can still be found throughout New Jersey this day. Mother Leets was not living a wealthy lifestyle by any means. Her husband was a drunkard. Drunkard. Oops. I added a T to that. Who made a few efforts to provide for his wife and his 12 children, reaching the point of absolute expert. Anyways, upon learning of the 13th child, in other words, he was pissed. She raised her hands to the heavens and proclaimed, "Let this one be the devil." Now, that makes no sense to me. And the reason why I say that is, if you are stressed out that you're about to have your 13th child, why the hell would you try to claim for it to be the devil? Like, why would you want it to be a devil? Like, you want to put torture on yourself? That makes no sense to me. But anyways, let's continues. Hi, Charlie K. How are you doing? So one starry night, no longer mindful of the curse that she had uttered previously, her children and her husband huddled together in one room of the Leeds Point home, while local midwives gathered to deliver the baby in another. By all accounts, the birth went routinely. Forget it. You know the word. I already said it. And the 13th Lee's child was seemingly a normal baby boy. Within minutes, however, Mother Lee's unholy wish of months before began to come to fruition. The baby started to change and metamorphosed right before their very eyes. With the moments, it transferred into his beautiful newborn baby into a hideous creature, and unlike anything the world has ever seen. The wailing infant. My daughter's just COVID. We can't ground her to her room, so we make her wear a mask. I feel kind of guilty for it, but not really. She's had it down below her nose, and I gave her a look, and she knew. She's like,
I'm being bullied in my own home.
She says she's being bullied in her own home. A little bit, no. All right, you made me lose track of where I was. You know I'm an airhead.
Yeah, I looked at you.
The wailing infant began growing at an incredible rate. It sprouted horns from the top of its head, and talon-like claws tore through its tips of its fingers. Leathery bat-like wings unfurled from its back, and the hair feathers. I gotta get better glasses. And the hair feathers sprouted all over the child's body. Its eyes began glowing this bright red as they grew larger in the monster's gnarled and snarling face. The creature savagely attacked its mother, killing her, and then turned its attention onto the rest of the horrid onlookers who witnessed this transformation. It flew at them, clawing and biting, voicing unearthly shrieks the entire time. It tore the midwives limb to limb, maiming some and killing others. Then it says the monster knocked down the door to the next room where its father and siblings cowered in fear and attacked them all, killing as many as it could. Those who survived to tell the tale then watched in horror as the rotten beast sprinted to the chimney and flew up, destroying on its way and leaving a pile of rubble in its wake. The creature then made good its escape into the darkness and desolation on the pine barrens, where it has lived ever since. To this day, the creature is known varyingly as a Little Devil, as the Jersey Devil, claims that the pines as its own and terrorizes any who unfortunate enough to encounter it. Ron's like, oh, he was just misunderstood. Now, there was a few different stories, few different versions of that story between about his birth. Some is that the mother didn't die, that she held the creature captive into the cellar and would bring scraps of food down there to feed it. Am I reading a book? No, I'm reading an article. Let me tell you what article it is, actually. Let me scroll back up. It's called Weird New Jersey. WeirdNewNJ.com. It's an article that they have. So I'll probably skip some of it. So you guys want to go back in and read it, please do. It has a lot of good information in here. All right, where was I? So it's saying like between the 18th and 19th century, it says between the 18th and 19th century, there's a lot of sightings. Okay. Actually, one of the videos that I'm going to show tonight talks about in 1909 when that town was actually shut down because of the Jersey Devil. All right, so yep, he was spotted a lot between the 18th and 19th century. I don't want to read the whole thing. This is very long. The most famous incidents occurred during the week of January 16th to the 23rd of 1909, and I think that's the one I told you I have a video about. So I'll skip a little bit of that. Yeah, and some people have spotted it in Pennsylvania also, Bristol, Pennsylvania. Now, which makes sense because they're right next to each other. Now they said it's not far from the water either, so it's pretty close to the shore. Actually, I think the video I said I have the guy who says supposedly took a picture of it was in Pennsylvania, or he's from Pennsylvania when he said he took the picture. Yeah, and some witnesses say he looks like a large flying kangaroo. All right, so to me that kind of makes sense because the first early reports was that he looked beast-like, almost like he had a horse head and a half human body. Now, if you see a kangaroo standing with wings sprouted and horns, but if you see a kangaroo standing up, like a male kangaroo, it kind of looks like a male body. They're kind of muscular, and I could see why they would say half human and half beast-like. If you go by like what a kangaroo looks like when it's standing up, about to attack you. So, and now just imagine a kangaroo with wings and horns. Then you got the Jersey Devils, from what it sounds like. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Hi, Sassy. Oh, sassy ass. I miss you. I've been asking where you were. I just asked the other day on Tuesday. Oh, hey, Tracy. See, it doesn't show all the comments on here. I didn't even know if y'all came in. How you guys doing? So anyways, I saw that you guys were live. I did. Actually, I see everybody was live. Everybody. And Kendra, I saw somebody say Kendra, but I don't see her in here. Hi, Kendra, love. Yeah, the kitty's literally right here. Literally right here. And she's knocking the microphone over and everything. All right, so where was I before we get to the video? I forgot where I was. And there's still many people that still believe that the Jersey Devil is quite real and a dangerous creature.
It is real.
And my daughter thinks it's real. Most often, people report finding strange tracks, sandy soil. People have taken pictures saying that they're the Jersey Devil's tracks too. And now the newer thing is that he's not big anymore. A lot of reports they're claiming is that really he's 3 feet tall, and he kills livestock. So it just shows you how things change throughout time. Hey, kitty. Oh my gosh, this cat. You gotta love the cat. Every time I'm live, cat right up on the table tries to get right in my face. Oh, Rhonda, she just left the room. When she comes back, I'll tell her again. She has attention span to me. She wanted to sit here and listen, but she got bored and left quick. So there was a haunt. So somebody said this happened to them in 1972. Okay. They said I was a senior at what was then the Glassboro State College. I had heard about the Jersey Devil when I came to South Jersey, but being from North Jersey, a different world, I thought I was far too sophisticated to believe in such a humbuggery. So one winter night, I was driving to Glassboro from Blackwood on the Green Tree Road. At the time, You know what? I should have wrote this down and marked it and tried to find a map to see where the locations were, especially for Kumquat, who wants to go there. On Green Tree Road. At the time, the road was flanked with orchards and farms. There were few houses and there was hardly any development. I was completely sober and awakened when I caught a glimpse of something in my rearview mirror. Cautious to what it could have been, I slowed down to take a gander. It was dark out. I don't even know anybody from 1975 that talks like that. But hey, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they did in South Jersey. Oh, you know right where that is, Kumquat? Oh, Tracy, you're the reason why the cat keeps trying to come up here. It knocked my microphone down, so I'm just leaving it down. All right, so where was I? Oh, so I slowed down to take a gander. It was dark out, but the moon lit enough that I had no trouble at all discerning from the upright figure to a creature crossing the road from one side to roughly 25 feet behind my car. The figure stood taller than a man by far and had thick hunches similar to a goat supporting its nearly human looking torso and a huge woolly head. It moved heavily and it didn't seem at all disturbed by my being there. I didn't linger long enough to see much more. I hit the gas and flew to the Mansion Park apartments in the borough. I was so petrified that I slept for the rest of the night in the car, unwilling to get out of the same darkness that had intrigued me to the Jersey Devil. Never again from that day on have I ridden on Green Tree Road, day or night that has gotten me a heebie jeebies just thinking about that winter so long ago. Yeah, there's other people saying that don't camp at the Barn Barrows either. Is there an area for you to camp around there? I know the house is on a dirt road, like a back dirt road. All right, so this one, as a native Cape Cod from May County, I've had a typical rite of passage trip to the Pine Barrens. This is a field trip there. This Jersey girl went to Cape May Country Technical High School, which sponsored trips to the Pine Barrens for good grades in certain classes. I was one of the fortunate students to go 3 times during my 4-year career at the CMCT. Each time I went to this trip, my canoe was followed by a heavy-footed thing. With each step, I heard branches snap under its feet. Hoods, maybe? It's also supposed to be Bigfoot sightings out that way, too, from what I hear. That I want to go investigate and see. Every 10 minutes or so, I could hear deep, beastly growls, and that to this very day gives me the creeps. Being in a canoe and on a glass trip, they had a typo. The class trip didn't afford me much opportunity to flee and terror, so I stuck it out for 3 years. Every year, it was the same. During my sophomore year, I was pretty confident about my canoeing skills. So I didn't look over my shoulder much. I went canoeing with a friend of mine, and when we came across a bag that had been torn apart and gone through, around it were prints on the ground that looked something like a horse hoof, but only bigger. Then I heard it, the cry that still haunts my dreams, part human, part beast, and full of anger, pregnant with pure hate. Said it was pregnant. I nearly flipped the canoe. We left, leaving whatever it was there behind, or so I thought. It seemed to follow us. Every time we stopped or paused, it got closer to the river. We pushed on. The worst came to worst as we tipped the canoe. I heard the thing running behind us, and I thought for sure we were dead. Then we rigged the canoe and got into as fast as we humanly possible. We finally made it safely. Sun fried to the crisp, missing all our valuables and most of our clothes, but never happier to be on the shore. We packed up our bus and left. As we were leaving, I rested my head on the window and saw a little cottage. I looked at it until this bus was about to pass, and I saw a woman. She looked back at me, and I could see her skin was torn and bleeding. After the bus passed, she vanished. Scared me so badly I wouldn't go into the woods for nearly a year. I'm pretty sure that was a story. That college kid probably had a rate for class, probably got a good grade on it too. So the Jersey Devil makes headlines. So according to Asbury Park Press of October 1988, there was a man who lived in Howell Township encountered the devil in 1981. He described the creature as having a furry body, huge feet with 3 toes on each one, large teeth, and stood about 6 feet tall. Well, honey. What?
Look at my ears.
What's wrong with your ears?
You see how red they are?
Yeah, why are they so red?
Because my ears are like this when I had my headset on.
Oh, okay. All right, where was I? He wanted to show me his red ears from his headset. Large teeth, about 6 feet tall. So the Wharton State Forest for over 20 years relates to a story that happened in 1980. He had gone to a farmer's house near Jenkins where he came upon 4 pigs that were laid dead close to their pen. The back of their heads been eaten out there were scratches all over their bodies. There were no tracks or blood on the ground. The ranger had no explanation for what had happened. Yes, I heard that too, that they suck. Some people said it sucks the blood out of the animals, and other people said they eat their livestock. So there's a couple different stories that goes on with it. And there's a couple other stories that are in here also. But I just wanted to give you guys the little bit of history that I'd found online. But there's so many different versions. Oh, hey, Grits, how are you doing? How are you, honey? So there's so many different versions of the story that we can go on all different day. And that happens anyway. So say if it was a true story, okay? I'm not saying whether it is or isn't, but say if it was a true story. By the time things get passed down, like they didn't have a recorder to pick up and record. They did most things by word of mouth, right? They were storytellers. They did things by word of mouth. So by the time the first person told their next door neighbor, who gossiped to the person on the other side of town, who decided to gossip to the rest of the person in town, who then told a relative that came to visit from across the country, and they went back say, oh, you won't believe what happened when I went over down this way. You know what I'm saying? So the stories twist throughout time. Each person tells their own version of that story. So you end up having many different versions. So you never know truly what story is the truth, but you have the same basic idea. Okay, so let me see if I can remember now how to share screen. So have you guys, has everybody here heard of the Jersey story? I'm assuming that they have. I don't know why StreamYard is acting wonky, but it is. Yeah, I don't really know anybody that doesn't know about it, but maybe it's because I live in New England. Maybe that's why I've heard it. All right, so let me see. Remember how to share screen. Share. Oh, that's right. Before I play, I got to make sure. Which one did I want to do first? All right, let me make sure. I'm going to hit mute and see if that works. Oh, nope, that's not the one. I don't want to share that screen. Hold on. Let me go back to StreamYard. We'll do that one in a minute. All right. Let's see if I can. All right. I picked the wrong one. Sorry, y'all. Share screen. Is this the one? Nope. Nope. Yep. Strange history. Okay. Y'all, I can't see my screen. Oh, here it is. The first one right on top. Okay.
New Jersey Pine Barrens for centuries.
Let me hit mute so it doesn't end up being loud. If I need to turn up the speakers a little bit, just let me know, okay?
Though stories of the devil have been retold in seemingly endless variations, the true origins of the legend can be traced back to a real family who inhabited the Pine Barrens during the 17th century, and whose unorthodox beliefs led to rumors of supernatural occurrences. But is the creature simply a product of religious feuds and superstition, or is there more to the story? Did the Jersey Devil really exist? The story of the Jersey Devil starts, like many stories of its kind, on a dark and stormy night. It's 1735, and deep within the Pine Barrens, in an old cabin, a witch named Mother Leeds is giving birth. Having already given birth to 12 other children, the arrival of her 13th child is painful and unwelcome. In a fit of rage and agony, she cries out,
"Let this one be the devil."
What emerges from inside of her isn't a child, but instead a strange, demon-like chimera, with a horse-like head, hooves, a forked tail, and bat wings. The creature wrecks the room and kills the midwife, before flying up the chimney and escaping into the night. In some variations of the story, Mother Leeds curses the child after finding out she's pregnant. In other versions, the child's father is the devil himself. Had this been the extent of the story, it's likely that the Jersey Devil would be remembered today as obvious folklore. But as early as the 18th century, people began reported sightings of the creature, tales of inhuman wails echoing through the trees, of children being carried away, and people being awakened to see the silhouette of the demon outside their window. In 1820, Joseph Bonaparte, the eldest brother of Napoleon, wrote in his journal that he saw and fired upon a creature matching the Jersey Devil's description. In 1840, the devil was blamed for several livestock killings, which would reoccur in 1859. The sightings reached a fever pitch on January of 1909, when strange tracks were being found in the snow from places as far away as Delaware and Maryland. The hoof prints went over and under fences, through fields, and across the rooftops of houses. They were believed to have been made by a bipedal creature, and the fact that they often ended abruptly led people to believe that the creature could also fly. The hoof prints are reminiscent of the famous devil's footprints, which were rumored to have been discovered in England in February of 1855. The descriptions of the tracks are identical, and they were also found in the snow.
Are you guys able to hear everything okay? Does it sound okay? I didn't realize I was there. I didn't know you guys can see me in there. So does it sound okay? Does everything sound all right? Do I need to turn up the volume or anything? Is there any echoing? I don't think there should be because I actually remembered to hit mute. Thank you, Grits. All right, let me go back to playing this. I figure I'm just going to play the whole video out. And this is the longest one. The other ones are like a minute or two, literally. But this is the longest one. And I'm just going to play it out so we don't have to stop every 2 seconds. Okay, thank you, you guys.
One of the other interesting similarities I found in the two cases is that they both feature accounts of the creature being able to fit through very small spaces. It's also worth noting that similar stories have been found throughout history, but not at the scale of the 1855 and 1909 sightings. But footprints in the snow weren't the only strange things happening in 1909. In fact, from January 16th to the 23rd, there was a flurry of sightings in the Pine Barrens and beyond. There are reports of the creature attacking a trolley full of people, of firemen who attempted to spray it with water only to be attacked themselves, and of a woman whose dog was eaten by the devil. Some people described it as resembling a kangaroo, while others said it looked more like a kind of ostrich. The widespread newspaper coverage of these events created such hysteria that schools were closed down, and workers refused to head to the mills in fear that they'd be attacked by what was then referred to as the Leeds Devil. After these sightings died down, reports of the creature would still spring up sporadically, all the way to the present day. If you search online, you'll find hundreds of stories of people claiming to have had encounters with the Jersey Devil.
In the late 1980s, a couple of my friends and I took a camping trip to the Pine Barrens. We headed out on our bikes and did our share of partying that night. The next day, while everyone was asleep, three of us decided to hit the trails a bit earlier than usual. We were about 100 yards away in the woods when my bike stalled out. I looked and found that my friend's had stalled also. At first I thought it had something to do with the terrain, or maybe something to do with the nearby power plants. 50 feet away from each other, we tried to start up our bikes, when suddenly from the woods we heard the most horrible, piercing scream. It sounded inhuman, like something being tortured. Once back at the camp, they asked us if we had heard screams earlier. They had heard them too, 4 miles away. That night, we headed into the local town because we ran out of booze. We went into a bar and I ordered a drink, still in shock from what I had heard earlier that morning. The bartender asked, "Hey kid, what do you see, a ghost or something?" After I told him the story, he smiled and said, "It looks like you met our little friend." He then asked us to come out back. He showed us a tin garbage can that was shredded to bits. It looked like the shreds were made from something with 3 claws. I've never returned to the Pine Barrens since, and I do not plan to go back.
So the legend of the Jersey Devil has persisted for hundreds of years, but what's the true story behind the lore? For starters, the Leeds family were a real family that lived in the Pine Barrens in the 17th century. In fact, many of their descendants still live there today. Daniel Leeds, the family's patriarch, had arrived in New Jersey from Leeds, England as a counselor to the first royal governor of New Jersey, Edward Hyde. Leeds was well educated, with a keen interest in religion as well as the latest scientific discoveries. In 1687, Daniel Leeds began publishing his own almanac with the help of a man named William Bradford, who was one of colonial America's first printers. Almanacs first started off as simple pamphlets that contained weather forecasts and planting dates for farmers, but they eventually evolved to something akin to modern magazines, containing essays, political commentary, and entertainment. Leeds' almanac became popular but was quickly met with harsh criticism. You see, Leeds was also a devout Quaker. The Quakers are a religious group that emerged in England as a new Christian denomination during a period of religious turmoil in the mid-1600s. The Quakers reject elaborate religious ceremonies and don't have official clergy. They value simplicity in what they describe as a search for inner light. Quakers at the time were shocked by Leeds' almanac because of its depictions of astrology and other things that they considered blasphemous, such as weather predictions. They went as far as to buy up all the almanacs in circulation in order to destroy them. While Leeds was initially apologetic to his Quaker brothers, he was secretly angered by their actions, eventually breaking away from the group and continuing to publish his almanac. In 1688, he wrote a book called The Temple of Wisdom, which was largely plagiarized from other works. The book dealt heavily with occult themes, which further stirred the pot between Leeds and his former Quaker brothers. Finally, by 1699, Leeds had had enough of the Quakers and published an anti-Quaker book called The Trumpet Sounded Out of the Wilderness of America. The book claimed that Quaker theology denied Christ's divinity and accused them of being against the English monarchy. The book, coupled with his allegiance with the controversial Governor Hyde, caused the Quakers to fire back with a series of pamphlets that went as far as to accuse Leeds of working with the devil. This is how the association between the devil and the Leeds family first emerged. But it wouldn't be long before the family's name was further tarnished with such accusations. In 1716, Daniel Leeds retired and turned the almanac over to his son, Titan. Titan redesigned the almanac's masthead to include the family crest, which featured a mythological creature known as a wyvern. Wyverns are suspiciously similar in appearance to descriptions of the Jersey Devil. Some years later, in a bizarre twist of fate, Titan became the enemy of none other than Benjamin Franklin, who at the time was an up-and-coming printer from Philadelphia. Franklin had begun publishing Poor Richard's Almanac in 1732, and as it grew in popularity, he saw the opportunity to boost sales by taking shots at Leeds' Almanac.
That's very interesting to me, seeing that clip. I realized I didn't really think about this before. Then again, I only had it playing in the background. I didn't really have to listen to it. I'm listening to it better now. I really think that this is really where the story originated from. And I'm glad they gave the back history on it because I never heard this version before at all. But this makes a lot of sense. Now we can see why they came up with the Jersey Devil and how the mom gave birth to it and cursed it and whatever. So I just think that was cool and interesting. Hey, Dippy, how are you doing, sweetheart?
which at the time was his main rival. Franklin used his almanac to antagonize Titan Leeds, going as far as to claim that he had used astrological techniques to predict the exact date of Titan's death, which he said would occur on October 17th of that year. When October 17th came and went without incident, Titan accused Franklin of being a liar and a fool, and thought that the public would see right through Franklin's antics. But Titan had greatly underestimated just how much of a troll Benjamin Franklin was. Instead of admitting he had lied, Franklin took things a step further by claiming that Titan Leeds had in fact died and come back as a ghost. Franklin treated the feud as a joke and a ploy to try and sell copies of his almanac. But Titan Leeds took it more seriously and was never quite able to shake off the association with ghosts and devils. He died in 1738. Poor Richard's almanac went on to become the most famous almanac in American history, and the Leeds almanac has been all but forgotten by time. It's worth mentioning that Titan Leeds' death closely coincides with the date of the supposed birth of the Jersey Devil, and historians believe that the association between the Leeds family and tales of devils and monsters eventually gave rise to the Leeds Devil legend. Until the early 20th century, the Jersey Devil was still being referred to as the Leeds Devil. While some descriptions existed, it was mostly spoken of in vague terms, referred to as a demon or an apparition. The legend really took off during the flurry of sightings in 1909, and it was helped along by hoaxers and showmen looking to make a quick buck out of the story. Such was the case with Norman Jeffries, the publicity manager of T.F. Hopkins' 9th and Arch Street Museum in Philadelphia. When he heard about the sightings of the creature, he concocted a plan with an animal trainer named Jacob F. Hope to bring the Jersey Devil to life. They began planting stories about an animal they referred to as an Australian vampire, who, according to them, had recently escaped. They claimed that this creature was responsible for the Jersey Devil sightings. They said they had managed to recapture the animal and that it would be put on display by the museum to be seen by the public, for a fee, of course. In reality, the animal that people paid to see was simply a large male red kangaroo that was painted with green stripes and that had a pair of wings glued to its back. While it's hard to believe that such a trick would fool anyone today, or even back then, the exhibit was very successful and helped to further spread the word about the devil. Many of the famous illustrations and descriptions we find of the Jersey Devil come from shows such as these. Jeffries confessed to perpetrating the hoax in 1929, but by then it was too late. The story of the Leeds Devil, which by then had been transformed into the Jersey Devil, had already grown to become one of the most famous legends in American history. So was the Jersey Devil simply a folklore creature, born out of political feuds and propped up by hoaxers and mass hysteria? Or is it possible that a real unknown animal was stalking the Pine Barrens? While I don't buy stories of a demon birth, I do think it's at least possible that some kind of unknown large bird or bat was roaming the area during the 1909 sightings. But without any tangible physical evidence, it's impossible to say for sure. I do think that the demonization of the Leeds family is what caused the association between this possible unknown animal and the devil. It's worth noting that another person in the Leeds family, Deborah Leeds, also has an interesting connection to the story. She lived in the area now known as Leeds Points, a plot of land still owned by the family today. In a will written by her husband Japhet in 1736, she is listed as having 12 children. Could this be the inspiration for the story of the 13th child? Is it possible that she perhaps gave birth to a deformed child that at the time could have been seen as demonic? Records of any such child have never been found. Whatever the explanation, the Jersey Devil is one of the most interesting examples of American mythology, and will likely continue to capture the imaginations of the people of the Pine Barrens and beyond. I want to give a special thanks to Dr. Udru, who helped me out with the narration in this video. Check out his channel if you want to see high-quality videos about horror history.
The stream. Okay, there you go. Told you I'm trying to get used to this. That was an interesting story. I didn't hear that version before. If Kumquat is still in here, and if you're in the area, I wonder if you can look up on the Humane Society about some of the history of that area and of the family. Maybe you can get some history of the family. I would love to hear more about the family tree. And I kind of thought it was funny they threw a little bit of shade on Benjamin Franklin. So anyways, let me get started in the next video. So what are you guys thinking about that so far? So actually, what is your guys' view? What opinion do you guys think the legend started from? Because everything I read online when I was looking it up was talking about how the mom gave birth to basically this devil because she cursed it, whatever. But it's really sounded like the legend started. The legend was created from the story that the original story that we heard was created because of the history beforehand. Yeah, kumquat, wouldn't that be cool? I wonder if there's a way that you can, because I know when we did investigations, sometimes we could get information and sometimes we couldn't about the area where the home or sometimes the family and stuff. And sometimes the historical society would have some information, especially if it's popular in that area. The historical society should have some old newspaper clippings, or even down at the local library and stuff will have some newspaper clippings and some history, and maybe even get some of the family tree and everything to get to hear more about that, especially since about the almanac, because the almanac part I never heard of before. Did you hear about that, kumquat? Was that the first time you heard that version also? Oh, no, yeah, Dippy, you can come up on panel sometime and talk about it. Email me, and then we can talk. I love hearing different stories. And my goal is to go out. I've always wanted to go hunting for Bigfoot. I'm not kidding you. That is, I know it's weird. And I want to go someplace where they say they see UFOs, because I seen one. I've talked about it before on here. I seen one. It might have been a military one, but it was definitely an unidentified flying object is what I seen. And it was low over my head, and I can describe it, the shape and detail. So I still got goals in life that I don't care if I'm 80 years old in a wheelchair. I'll find a way. By then they'll have motorized ones, maybe fly through the air so I can get into the woods, try to find my Bigfoot. All right, so let me find another video. All righty, share screen again. I remember the first time I had to do this, it literally took me forever. Oh yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I heard a lot of different stories too, and honestly, it's because, like I said, back then it was word of mouth. So, and every time the story was told, it changed more and more, and then you end up getting your different versions now. And people still say to this day that they still have sightings. Is this the one? No, we already did that one. We'll do this one next. I forgot what this one is. Oh, hold on. Let me hit mute. And make this larger.
Here's a crazy interesting post you may have forgotten about. On January 23rd, 1909, the state of New Jersey fought off a monster. That winter, farmers, police officers, and townsmen reported sightings of a strange creature resembling a devil, causing a full-on panic. Reports of the creature range from little things like strange footprints in the snow to an attack on a trolley car and on a social club. Police in several different towns even claimed to have fired on the beast. Schools were closed, along with several factories, and trolleys between Trenton and New Brunswick were escorted by armed drivers. After a week, reports of attacks and sightings stopped, and things pretty much returned to normal. Sightings of this Jersey Devil have always been around, including one by Joey Bonaparte, the older brother of Emperor Napoleon, who actually lived in the Garden State. While the story survives, there haven't been any official attacks since 1909, though a group of daring adventurers did try to hunt down the aging beast in 1982. And of course, the devil's presence is still felt to this day. So there it is. In 1909, the state of New Jersey was officially shut down to defend itself from a monster. How's that for a crazy interesting post? Here's a crazy.
Isn't that pretty cool that they also named a team after the Jersey Devils? And that's why you got that team name today, is because of the old legend. And it's very cool that they, I think the next video I have is, let's see. I think the next video is, hopefully the news thing. Let me see if I can share it. Okay, hold on. Share again. Oh, hold on. Hold on a minute, y'all. Shit, it's not going to let me share it, huh? Hold on, let me try. I'm going to try. Let me know if you see. I'm trying to click that video in the top right-hand corner, top left-hand corner. I mean, because that's the man and it shows a video of the picture that he took in 2015, and he talks. So hold on, let me see if I can get it. What happened is it ended up opening up another link on top of it. Son of a gun. Hold on.
The winged creature flapping through the pine barrens as legendary as Loch Ness, as camera shy as Sasquatch. This morning, the mythical creature, the Jersey Devil, believed to be caught on camera.
It was like seeing a minion from another realm.
New Jersey resident Dave Black claiming he captured this picture showing the Garden State's fabled fiend after leaving work on Monday.
This thing sprouted wings, then it was gone.
The myth of the devil dating back to 1735 in American folklore. The creature is said to be half human, half devil. Hundreds of believers claiming they've caught a glimpse of the dubious devil over the years.
My grandfather, he saw it in the 50s. It's no surprise to me that I've been visited.
But Black isn't the only person who says he saw the creature on Monday. Another person posting this video allegedly showing the winged creature flapping through the pine barrens less than 9 miles away from where Black says he saw it.
There's some about it that didn't quite look like exactly what I saw.
But Black is sure his devil is the real deal.
I saw what I saw.
I do want to call bullcrap on both those pictures. That's just my opinion. To me, those look completely photoshopped and not even very good Photoshop either. They do not look real at all. Lucy, I think you're absolutely correct. This was her comment. The evolution of some of the animals and our imagination lead us to question if it is mythology. Absolutely. Absolutely. Glenda, oh, hell no. So, all right. So I think I only got one little video left. I'm not going to play the whole video. It's just the part when they find the house that the elites used to live in. So you guys can see where it was and what it looks like today. Yeah, it did, Rhonda. It looks so fake. It really did look fake. It really did. But I'm telling you guys, do look it up online. There's so many different stories and accounts of sightings that people have seen and different versions of the story that it's really interesting. It really is. There was so much information. Like I said, there's no way that I could have possibly have put it all in here. I'd be talking all night long. I would love to meet somebody, though, that said they had a sighting. All right, so let me find this last one. If it's loud in the background, I'm sorry. My little man's playing a video game with his buddy. No, not that one. This one. Okay. And I think I have it right at when he finds it. But we're not going to play the whole thing. It's only like 2 minutes long, I think.
They would bury their family right over there. Hold on. This is legit, boys. We fully found the remains of the Jersey Devil house. Totally fenced off. Like, recently fenced off. Tell me that's not it.
that's it.
It's totally it, right?
Yeah. But they say they see him in the Pine Barrens.
Yeah, but this was just his birthplace. And this is part of the Pine Barrens. Found the Jersey Devil house remains fully. This is so it. So this is like the remains of the house. This would be like the basement down in here, which is pretty much all that's left, but that's where the Jersey Devil would have been put. I see like a water main coming out from the middle. This would be the front steps to the house, what was left. I definitely think this is the spot because someone said it's just an impression in the ground with thorns everywhere, and that's exactly what it is. This is the same house that we saw in a couple videos. Literally, my intuition brought me here. We fully stopped, went down a road randomly, turned around and went down a dirt road randomly, found a cemetery, almost left, came back and went down the other side of the road, and this was here. So that's weird. I think we can just do it with this too. Brand new Gretna, I guess. Law coffee. I don't know. Oh, that's just the coffee they sell here.
All right, so that was just a little clipping that this guy had that when he found the old foundation, and beforehand, before he found the house, he did find what I'm assuming is a family cemetery, and it does have a modern day fence around it, and it was some around that property too that you could tell has been there for a while, and there's vines and overgrowth over it. So just so you know, Kumquat, if you go looking for it, you find out in the woods the cemetery first, and I think somewhere behind that is where that foundation is. I cut that part of the video a little bit. You don't think that the stone or cement were being used back in 1735? I think it might have been, Mama. The only reason why I'm saying that is because some of the foundations that we've seen when we go out looking at places, they'll have them. So it might have been, but the house didn't. The house still stayed in the family for a long time after that, so they could have updated it also because it stayed in the family. It didn't, like when they had that family, then boom, it was gone. It was in the family for a while before it got turned down because they owned a whole bunch of land in that area. I think it was farmland. I don't remember. I read some stuff about it, but I don't remember everything. I do want to go there though. I do want to go there and find it. And I love looking at old foundations. Some of the old foundations here, it's pretty cool in New England, is that sometimes they'll still have the chimney up. So you drive by and you just see in the woods a chimney, a random chimney. So that would be interesting. So Kumquat, you don't live far from that, girl. What's taking so long to get there then? Listen, so Kumquat, if you go there, well, they said that guy said at the beginning of his video, he tried going another time, but it was in the summer and there was too much overgrowth. So they waited until the fall when it was easier to find, which makes sense. But I'm thinking if you go there, you're going to have to show us pictures and come up on here and show us and let us see what you found out. That would be very cool. That would be very, very cool, actually. So let me know. Let me know when you go. Got to be in the fall, though. So anyways, that's some of the stuff I found in the Jersey Devil. Like I said, I could be sharing and talking about stuff all night, and every version was just a tad bit different, a little bit different. They had their own spin on it and their own version of what they seen and what they experienced, and a lot of it with the different livestock and stuff. Oh wait, I read, was it the governor or the mayor? Oh, one story was that was in the paper. I forgot what year it was. I think it might have been like 1835. I could be wrong, but I think it was in like around 1835, around or 1889 or something. I'm trying to remember. The Jersey Devil had breakfast. I forgot who it was. Oh, it said Republican. Had breakfast Republican, and he had eggs and ham sandwich, I think, for breakfast. Anyways, I thought that was hysterical. That makes no sense, but that was one story I read that was in the paper. That was a newspaper clipping. Oh, okay, Kumquat. All right. And my number is scrolling on here too. I think it's scrolling down on here. It should be, or it's linked in the description. But Shorty has my number also. Yeah, see, there's a number. So y'all, please don't forget to give it a like. Like I said, I know it was really, I don't have many people on here tonight, which I'm not surprised because like I said, I see everybody is live. That's why I try not to do too many at night. Even though it's more convenient for me, I get less people. During the day, I get more people. I actually get more people than I do tarot, but I get more earlier in the day. Because everybody wants, this is a prime time for everybody. So, did you already have some pictures, or when you go, you'll get pictures? That's what I want to know. Yeah, see, yep, Dippy, you're right. Everybody is on a different live right now. Literally, just before I started, I had a few minutes. I usually rush around the last minute, but I already had everything set up because I was trying to take videos that of readings that I did that I can't upload anyway. So it was a waste of time. The quality came out horrible. But so I had a few minutes. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm really early. I'm not rushing around the last minute. What am I going to do? So I'm like, oh, let's see who's live. I'm like, crap. Everybody's live right now. Everybody. Oh, good, Kumquat. I'm so excited. How far away do you think that you live from there? I'm only asking because I was wondering about the historical society or maybe a library or something. Oh, you need the timestamp? Remind me so I can post it afterwards. I'm very bad about that. Oh, an hour? Oh, that ain't nothing. You can make that a day trip. You gotta just bring a buddy with you. So, Kumquat, is there stories of Bigfoot sightings in your area? Oh, that's funny. Dippy. So, Kumquat, do you ever, because I hear that there's a lot of sightings in like Jersey and Pennsylvania, Virginia, in that area. There's a lot of Bigfoot sightings in those areas. I wonder if you ever heard any stories where you're from. Just curious. There's actually one in Connecticut that's probably like 15, 20 minutes for me. It's the town next to me. No, lamb legs. What is lamb legs? Is that another story about something? What is lamb legs? I heard in a WCIA newsroom. I've heard of it. Actually, I think I've seen one of their videos before. I'm not throwing any shade on her. It just didn't make any sense to me. But I haven't watched her enough to get to know her, to understand what's going on. But I do want to know what lamb legs are. So I'm going to post afterwards, after here also. I'm going to post tomorrow about the oracle readings, so you guys can sign up for the oracle readings tonight if you want. Or to let you know that they are going to be tomorrow. And I'm still trying to think of what time of day would be better for everybody. So I'll think about it. I don't think it would be too early. I know some work here, some don't work here. I know so many people that usually come on my live are all sleeping right now because they live in a different country. So I know this time is not usually good because all the lives are going and then some people are sleeping. Oh, she's crazy. I wish she could see here. Oh my God, yes, no sense. And honestly, she's a little crazy. She said Benny was a robot and crazy other stuff. Yeah, I seen that. That's what I seen actually just the other day. And I'm not throwing anything on her. Her vision of what she thinks she sees might be correct for her. So I can't say. That does not work out for me. So to each their own, because everybody has their own version of how they see stuff. So I do have an opinion, but I'm not going to say. I just don't understand it. That's all it is. It's nothing against them. They could be cool and wonderful, but I don't, just not my cup of tea. I don't get it. Oh, really? I don't watch it that much. It wasn't an interest of mine. If I was interested, I'd be like, oh, okay. But anyways, thank you for the people that did show up tonight. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. If you guys have any other ideas of any other paranormal type of stuff, it could be a haunted castle. I know Desi sent me some. It could be a haunted castle. That's cool. I think that's what she sent me. I can't remember. A few people sent me different things. It could be your own story. I'm waiting. I do have a couple people that I'm going to have come up here eventually, but I'm trying to wait until my channel grows a little bit more and I have a little more people, because I have somebody that has a haunted doll. Yep, a real haunted doll. Very cool. She collects those. But it has a cool story behind it too. Oh, you have a lot of crazy things around your way. Devil's Tramping Ground. Wait, where are you from? All right, so I used to be a paranormal investigator, and that sounds familiar. And I can't remember where it was. I think it was out west somewhere, or Ohio, or past Ohio, somewhere out that way. I live in New England, so not anywhere near me. So that place sounds familiar, and it was on a documentary that was really good. And I said I would investigate anywhere. I would go investigate there, but I always said I wouldn't investigate there because that place scared the crap out of me when I seen the investigations that they did there. Oh, you're in North Carolina? Oh, I used to live in North Carolina when I was younger. We wanted to move back there. It's just lack of funds. That's all. Or we'd probably be living there right now. I used to live in Raleigh. My father was going to school there to be a minister. And I have a couple people that are near and dear to my heart that live down there in North Carolina too. I love North Carolina. It's absolutely beautiful. My husband said he wanted to move south, and he says South Carolina. And I said, no, North Carolina. It's your first time hearing about this? Yeah, Lucy, we talk about many different stories. So sometimes it's about just different stories people had about experiences they might have about spirit or ghosts they might have in their home. Or it could be about many different many different things. It could be about many different things. Okay, Kumquat. I'll check it after because I'm going to get off right now. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. I really enjoyed looking it up. I was like, oh, that's cool. I ended up finding way more information than I really even expected. I love hearing the history part of the stories, the background of stories. That's really what interests me. Listen, I watch Ancient Aliens, not because I believe with the crazy stuff that they say, because they are crazy, but it's because like the first like 15, 20 minutes, they have the history part before it goes into their crazy story that I love. I absolutely love. I love hearing about the history part of things and their view on it. Oh, good. I would love it. And then you know what, Dippy? Then I can have an excuse to at least take a vacation down to North Carolina. And I do got some people down there that I love to go and visit. And I haven't seen them in like a year or two. But anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful night. If you have a suggestion for my next paranormal live, let me know. So then that way I can start working on it and looking it up. Hi, Cinnamon. How you doing, sweetheart? So I really do. Guys, throw me some ideas. Throw me some things that go on in your area, you know, some different things I can look up. Or if you guys have experiences too that you want to come up on the live and share those experiences. Because a lot of times I have people come up on panel and talk about the experiences they had. So honestly, shoot me an email or a text message and let me know. And I would love to talk to you guys about it. And I would love to look it up too, and then have you guys come up on here and talk with me about it. Oh, yes, I do too, Lucy. I do too. Actually, I like going to sleep watching documentaries. Yep, I do. I love watching documentaries. I even like watching the ones that are kind of outlandish. I don't think they're true, but it's still interesting to me. So I like watching crazy stuff, basically. And history stuff. Like our family watches a lot of stuff like on the Civil War, and my daughter, she likes watching things on the Holocaust, even though she cries every time, which is understandable. So all our family are into different things, and we watch different documentaries on them. So anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful night. You guys go to the other chats and enjoy your night, because I know they're all going on. I know well, the vent room was on. I don't know if they're still on or not, because Tracy was in here. I know Shorty's on, and who else did I see on? Oh no, I forgot. Susan was on. Purple might be on now. I think she said she was coming on. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of people on anyways right now. So have fun tonight. Have a beautiful night. I know I am. I'm going to go sit back and relax and read my emails. Oh, you're all about World War II. I know, isn't that? Oh, a lot of stuff. I think some of the technology we have today and stuff, you know, started coming from. That's when our civilization really started evolving, is from World War II. Oh, she did? Oh, wow, that was her early. So, Kumquat, is the tavern or something coming on? Or are you going on tonight? I want to find somebody on when I get off of here anyways. Oh, maybe. I'll listen for a few minutes anyways, and then I'm going to try uploading some more videos, retaping them, I should say. Oh, I wasted a couple hours, but know how frustrating that is doing all those readings. You're Jewish and lost a family during the camps, and I still have numbers on them. Oh, that is horrible. Well, all right, so our family believes in reincarnation, and my daughter dreams about it. She's taken past life regression, because I teach that class. So I don't remember if she took the class with me or one of the old mentors, but and she knows that she was in the Holocaust, and so she doesn't know if she was a part of the Holocaust in a way where she was like a soldier that did bad, or if or she was one of the people that anyway, she knows she lives through the Holocaust. She says she's dreamt about it, but she says that she thinks that she helped people during the Holocaust. on Lamb's Leg. Oh, I've never even heard of that. Never heard of Lamb's Leg ever. Oh, yep. I believe you, Dippy. Yep. So my daughter, when she talks about the Holocaust in school, when they teach that, a couple of the teachers have realized that they know automatically she's going to have a breakdown in class, like crying hysterically, face all puffed out, like she has to remove herself in the room because she literally can't handle watching anything to do with the Holocaust. I mean, she can and she likes it, but she has a breakdown even at school. She tries to hold it in. Oh, look at Kumquat. You're getting there. Everybody's asking you to go live. Actually, what is there? Can somebody post, if you don't mind, Kumquat, can we post your page? I didn't know if you wanted it to grow or not. Some people like to keep it small. So it's up to you. Actually, hold on. Let me make you a mod. And then if you want to. Okay, you're a mod. So Kumquat, if you wanted to post your page, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Oh, you did it. Every report and term paper on it, and it kills me to watch and talk about it. Yeah. So I have one daughter, the one that was in here talking earlier. She's the one that she's like, I swear, I was involved in a Holocaust on past life. And another child of mine was anything Civil War, anything that has to do with the Civil War. She was like obsessed too when she was younger, but she also used to play fife. No, she didn't get to play fife. The group ended up disbanding, but for quite a few years, since she was a toddler, she belonged to a fife and drum corps, and she would carry a little flag in a parade and dress up, and whatever. And then, and by the time she grew her teeth in, when you're like 7 or 8, when your teeth fall out, and it took a while for them to grow in. And by the time they grew in, and she was just learning to play the fife so she can start playing in the drum corps also, the group ended up disbanding. But she used to travel all around to different places. And she's the same way when it comes to the Civil War. And my family loves going to in Pennsylvania. Oh my gosh, I talk about it all the time. We were just watching videos on it. We did investigations there. I've taken my kids a few times. The Civil War happened in Pennsylvania. Whatever it's called, my mind went blank. Yes, that place there. My kids love it. That's a really good place that for a family vacation. They have so much stuff to do, and it's history involved, and kids really enjoy that also. So they learn while they're no, not Hershey. Well, they had the Civil War, and President Lincoln stood there and did that address. Gettysburg, duh. Yeah, my husband said Gettysburg, fool. My family loves Gettysburg, loves it. And there's a campground maybe like 10 minutes away that's pretty affordable. And they have tons of stuff around there, and it's great. And we've done investigations there at the Jenny Wade's house and across the street. That's some little shop now. That used to be an orphanage that the lady used to chain up the kids in the basement and dunk them in water, leave them there for days. Yeah. But anyways, have a great night, you guys. I know I said like goodbye like 10 times. But anyways, have a great night. Maybe I'll have to work on Gettysburg, but that'll be a big one. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great night. And I'll be checking my emails after the live. Good night, guys.